Hi everyone, have a quick share. I'm working on this card for my husband. It's a little owl card. Just a happy card, no special occasion. I got the stamp on clearance at Joann's, so I just stamped it off on a scrap piece of paper, and it was a perfect stamp, so I hated to throw it away. You know how that goes. So what I did was I took my Tattered Angels in the olive vine, and I oversprayed it, and then I dried it, and then I ripped it out, or just tore along the edges. I didn't cut him out. I just kind of tore around him and left him a little ragged. This was a scrap piece of paper that I had in my bin that I didn't want to throw out because it's good for something. Why throw it in the trash? So I used my new die I got, my new Sizzix die, which is Leaves and Branch, I think, or Branch and Leaves, I don't know. And I stamped that out, or cut that out. And then I took my sponge, my cosmetic sponge. I use those for my cheapy inks that I use. And I use this color, which I don't even know what color this is. It's just a blue. And it's more like a gray blue, or has some black in it. And then this is a taupey brown color. It's a chalk ink. And then this orange. I actually didn't use this orange, but I used it later on. My cosmetic sponge already had some yellow in there, and I kind of smushed it around. And so when I went around the branch, I glued it on first, and it kind of smushed around the blue and the yellow, and then made green around the branches too, which kind of looks pretty cool, I think. I like it. And then I added some stickles to the branch, and to his eyes and his nose, or his beak, and his feet. And then I stamped the image on another scratch piece of paper, and went around the edges of that, put it on top of another branch die, and again did some light scrubbing with my cosmetic sponge around there with my paints, or my inks, I mean. So that's the simple card. And then this is going to be the envelope. And this was in my trash bin. I rescued it. It was a mailing envelope. It's slick. It's like it's not Tyvek. I don't know what it is. It's kind of like got a plastic coating on it on the inside. I don't know if you can see how shiny it is or not. It's almost waxy. And I thought, well, that'll make a good envelope. Why waste the paper? And this is in the trash bin, and let's just recycle it. So that's what I'm going to do. And I sprayed it again with my Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist in Olive Vine. And then I dried it. And as it turned out, when I measured this, it wasn't quite deep enough or long enough to make the flap for the envelope after I get my card in there. So what I did was I looked again in my little bin that I keep my scraps in, and I found this little piece of paper, and I think it goes well with what the little owl and the vines, and then on the inside it's got the greens again and the blues colors that I've been using. And so I have this Scotch tape, which is actually a painter's tape, and I measured off a piece of that, and then just ripped it down the center, and I left just a scant distance between the flap and the actual envelope. That's the finished envelope. And I put that little scrap, attached it there, and then on this side too, trim my edges off, and then I sponged around there with my cosmetic sponge again. And when I think I'm going to use my sewing machine and sew this together. And my plan is to probably put this right here on the flap. So it'll look like that. And I'm going to sew the sides up. I think it'll be cute. This was just a practice cut I did with a Martha Stewart punch. And it matches the papers. So I think that'll be pretty there. So I will take a picture of the finished envelope when I get done, and that's my share. I hope you liked it. Thanks for watching. Bye. Okay, here's the finished envelope. Sewed it on my sewing machine, and I also sewed this button on there with some twine. Actually, it was this crochet thread, and it's kind of a green color. So I just took the brown ink stamp pad and inked that up a little bit. And I took a length of it and braided it for this loop closure that goes around the button. And I made this out of a piece of cardstock, and I just folded it in half and punched half a hole on like there and there, and then opened it up, fed this through here, tied it off, folded it back on itself, glued it, and then glued it to my flap here. So that made it nice and secure to hold that in there and on the flap also. And there's the punch out I glued down. Actually, I didn't glue it. I don't know if you can see this or not. I sewed that on there. Anyway, I think it turned out really neat for trash. So anyway, there's the card. There's the envelope. My husband really liked it. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.